welcome back to The Nest. My name's Danielle Dupuy, and I'll be your sideline sports reporter for the duration of the Men's Volleyball OCAA Championship. Right now we have the first semifinal game of the evening, and kicking it off to start, it'll be Redeemer Royals versus the Fanshawe Falcons. The Falcons have been the team to look out for so far in this tournament, seeing as they came into it undefeated. And the winner of this game will be moving on to the gold medal match tomorrow. And for more on the match, to our commentators.
Thank you, Danielle, and this promises to be a pretty good game. The #1 team in the nation, Fanshawe Falcons, taking on number 14, Redeemer Royals.
Yeah, it should be an absolutely great one. Obviously, Fanshawe has every eye on them coming into the tournament, undefeated, top team of the country. But let's give a lot of credit to these Redeemer Royals, winners of 4 straight, coming in pretty hot into this contest.
And there you get a look at what happened yesterday. Redeemer ran through La Cité, and Fanshawe did the same thing against Conestoga after a hard-fought first set. Really just went on cruise control onto that victory.
Yes, similar stories in this tournament for each of these teams. Obviously, Redeemer making light work of La Cité yesterday, and Fanshawe ran roughshod over Conestoga, so both teams playing their best volleyball in quite some time, and should be an absolute dandy here tonight.
Saw some great performances from individuals on each team, and really just shaping up to be a great game, Adam, no doubt.
Yeah, absolutely. Some really key players on either side, and here we see the statistics they put up through the season. And one to look at are those service aces, 2 very strong serving teams. Look for one of these squads to really get a run together with some nice serves.
That could be a key to the game, and of course the big guys up front for Fanshawe. Really just such a deep team, and they really airtight, really no margin for error. So can Redeemer really step up to the challenge?
Luckily for Redeemer, they have some horses in the stable that could really carry this squad. One of them being Brandon Stofers on your screen there. Last time out against La Cité, he led the team in kills, digs, blocks, and points. So he's really been a workhorse for these Royals. He's going to have to do that tonight against the #1 ranked Falcons.
And don't forget about the hair, number 8, William Winklehorst. First-year player, was the player of the game in that match, and boy, oh boy.
Yeah, those
great hairdo and even better performance on the court, Adam Lucier.
And for Fanshawe, again, just obviously one of the deepest lineups in this tournament, if not the deepest. A couple of first-team All-Stars there, and Zach Albert, the big hitter, and Mike Liscombe, the guy who's doing all the dishing out. He's been serving up absolute platters for his outside hitters.
Take your pick with Fanshawe. Like we said, very deep roster. They really have so many weapons to work with, and that makes it tough to shut them down. And also, with the power hitting they have, they're also very unpredictable. The way they set things up strategically, again, very hard team to game plan against.
Yeah, there's a lot of mouths to feed in this Falcons lineup. They have 9 players averaging over 1 kill a game, so tough to see, and there's really no way to tell who the ball's going to with each and every possession.
From Petrolia, Ontario, number 4, Brady DeBoer. Followed by a 6-foot setter from Cambridge, Ontario, number 5, Daniel Wolfert. Next, a 6'3" outside hitter from Newcastle, number 8, William Winklehorst. A 6'6" outside hitter from Frankfurt, Ontario, number 10, Braden Stofers. A 6'9" middle from Hanover, Ontario, number 14, Noah Buyas. And your libero is a 6'1" Smithville native, number 13, Wesley Skillstra. And now, the starting lineup for the Fanshawe Falcons. First, an outside hitter from London, Ontario, number 6, James Jackson. A 6'3" setter from London, Ontario, number 7, Sebastian Lethbridge. A 6'6" middle from Ilderton, Ontario, number 10, Mike Lescombe. A 6'5" outside hitter from London, Ontario, number 12, Cole Jordan. A 6'1" outside hitter from Brampton, Ontario, number 13, Zach Albert. 6'4" middle from St. Paul's, Ontario, number 14, Mitch McFadden. And your libero is a 5'11" Port Elgin native, number 5, David Gundrum. Your head coach for the Fanshawe Falcons is Patrick Johnston. Ladies and gentlemen, this is
We're
playoff
ready to go.
volleyball.
There's the player introductions from Josh Batcher. And we'll have a little display of sportsmanship here, the old handshake, Adam.
Yeah, nice display here. Both of these high-level programs about to go to battle, but first, the pleasantries. Handshake line.
And lots of respect here. Two really good ball clubs from the Ontario West Division. Fanshawe, of course, with that undefeated record. First in the province, first in the West as well. Redeemer coming in third in the West, just behind Humber College.
Yeah, Redeemer with that 14-6 record. Obviously in that very tough West Division. Putting up that type of record is nothing to shake a stick at.
And the only 4 teams left in the tournament, Adam Lucier, competing for gold medal prospects are the top 4 teams in the West Division. So kind of gives you an idea of just how strong that West Division is and how strong a showing they've had here in this weekend.
Yeah, where does the power lie inside the OCAA men's volleyball world? I guess it's all sitting on the left side of the scale. Although both these teams put up quite a showing in this tournament.
Players taking the court. There's a good look at the head coach for the Redeemer Royals, Brad Dowse, in his 9th year with the program with the trusty iPad in hand.
Absolutely a key to mark up a volleyball sheet in the 21st century, I guess. Got to get the iPad out, high technology at the OCAA Provincial Championships.
Maybe a little in-game Candy Crush. Pass the time. Here we go. Right away, Fanshawe with an absolute kill.
Yeah, that sure didn't take long. Fanshawe's bread and butter.
And Fanshawe's one of those teams, the bench is really into it. And right away, a quick point, and they're fired up there on the bench. Another point there, but that time Redeemer with the answer.
Yeah, that's exactly it, Matt. A nice answer by the side of Redeemer. They're not going to need to let Fanshawe get into any big lead early on in this contest.
Braden Stofers, heavy serve, but that catches the net. And the point goes right back to Fanshawe. Score here is 2-1.
Yeah, that's going to be a big story for the Royals. Is keeping those service errors to a minimum. Can't afford to give this very strong Fanshawe team any free points.
Speaking of free points, another service error. And we'll see what kind of feeling out process we have here now. These teams have played each other twice already this season. Redeemer failing to win a single set.
Join the club.
Yeah, of course, Fanshawe only losing 2 sets all season. One of those was to Humber.
No shame in dropping a contest, these #1 ranked Falcons.
Jackson, heavy hit. Redeemer scrambling. Not going to be able to keep that one in play.
Yeah, did everything they could there. That's Gundrum and Stofers in on the play.
So Fanshawe takes the lead, and here's Jackson with the serve. A little bit long, so right away, Adam, team's having a hard time getting the serves under control. Obviously, maybe some nerves heading into a big game.
Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely not rust. Both teams have been in action just yesterday, but as you mentioned, big semifinal matchup. Could be little butterflies in the stomachs for either side.
Big fella Buyas with the serve, and there's a whistle blown for a lift.
And don't look now, but the Redeemer Royals got the lead on the Falcons. Not something Fanshawe has seen often this season.
And Redeemer probably happy to trade points right now, as Fanshawe is really used to building that lead quick and just coasting to these set victories off of hits like that. Zach Albert.
Zach Albert, not one of the biggest guys on the floor, but definitely one of the heaviest hitters. He'll try his hand at the service line now.
Fielded by the Royals. Here's Winklehorst finding a way to beat the block right away. The hair getting into it.
Yeah, the hair of Winklehorst getting it done. One of the fan favorites of this tournament, but he was mashed on the other side by Zach Albert there on the kill.
Wolfert Puts her in play.
Over on 2. Nifty little play there from the Falcons. We mentioned the creativity. There it is in full effect.
Makes it really tough for these Royals to try to game plan and shut down all these weapons of Fanshawe. Another serve here. This time, set up for Stofers, and that's out of bounds.
Stofers picked the right spot there. He had some open court, but just pushed that one a few feet long.
That serve is handled. Ooh, weird play there. It might have been the old double touch.
Double touch it is called on the set there, coming off the hands of Wolfert. Fanshawe now ahead by 2.
Good run of serves here from Mike Liscombe. Ooh, that time Winklehorst mishandles it. And now the Falcons getting on a bit of a run here, Adam.
Yeah, you could read the lips of Winklehorst, my bad, but that still puts up a point for the Falcons. Not a way you want to give up points.
Ooh, a miscue there on the serve is gonna put the brakes on that run, and hopefully the Royals have an answer right now. Because you kind of get the sense that Fanshawe settling into that familiar routine of grabbing the lead and just building on it.
Yeah, this is not the kind of team you want to battle back against. And they're gonna have to here as they drop another point on yet again a violent kill.
Lethbridge with the ball in hand.
The leader in assists per set for his team.
Of course, whoever makes it out of this game will take on the winner of Humber Niagara. Another point there. This time, Redeemer able to pick it up, and a second look at that shot from Fanshawe. And they really do a good job of teeing up those kill shots, and really, really tough to stop it.
A lot of size in that front court for Fanshawe, and they use every inch of it.
Winklehorst gets it over, but that is just served up on a platter for Fanshawe. Mitch McFadden.
Yeah, Mitch McFadden's eyes lit up when he seen that floater coming his way. One touch was all it took to put it away.
Here's a look at that shot. Scrambling are the Royals, and that was just too easy.
Something the Falcons do so well, make their opposition really scramble.
Booyas. A quick hit there, and Fanshawe just wasn't ready.
Yeah, you've seen Fanshawe early really focusing on their bigs. Maybe it's time for Redeemer to do the same. Booyas and Stofers need to get going.
Stofers with an absolute rocket. And a great block there by the front line. Looked like Fanshawe might have been able to keep it alive, but Booyas again, coming up big.
Fanshawe, like you said, doing everything they could, but Redeemer gets the point, and that really got that Royals bench going. See that big block made there.
Another good service. There's the block from Redeemer. Fanshawe, the big hit, and again, Booyas coming up strong. We're all tied up at 10.
Yeah, that's Booyas and Wolfort there, and Wolfort stands at 6 foot tall and his 6'9" partner beside him, both timing that jump well, able to get up for a big block.
Great run of serves here from Stofers. That time the block of Redeemer not gonna work out. Fanshawe back on the board.
Fanshawe having a lot more success attacking that left side of the net as opposed to the right side, but you've seen Wolfert move over there. See if that makes a difference.
Teed up for Booyas. There's another one. Number 14 for Redeemer, having a big showing.
Really the only guy on that side that can match the size of Fanshawe. So they seem pretty comfortable to get the ball in his hands early, and he's really showing them why.
Time for Fanshawe maybe to cue up the momentum, and there it is, a nice shot there from the big fella up front.
Yeah, that ball likely would have been playable for Medell, but his libero, Skillstruck, kind of took it away from him there. Communication needs to start working better for Redeemer.
James Jackson. Buyas off kiltered shot, finds a way to get it over. And that is going to be called inbounds. What a hit there by Fanshawe. Cross court, finding that line.
Cross court almost took out that line judge in the corner. Able to duck out of the way and make the call.
Jackson. Ooh, catches the net, but it makes its way over. See what Redeemer can set up. Winklehorst puts a little too much English on that shot for Fanshawe to handle.
Yeah, that's a strong hit there, right into the chest of Gundrum, but just kind of went through the fingertips, really couldn't corral it. That'll cost his team a point.
And if you talk to Winklehorst, he'll tell you it all starts with the hair.
Shampoo and conditioner, and then great play follows, and that's been the story of Winklehorst tournament.
Big shot there that time. Big guys up front for the Royals couldn't get there in time as Zach Albert had a wide open shot. Here's a second look.
Zach Automatic Albert, when he takes to the air, there's a good chance he's going to go down as a kill. Super efficient hitting.
Wow, Zach Albert put that one in play. Fanshawe tees it up. Albert with the soft touch coming in from the back court.
Doing it all, Zach Albert. Starting it off with one of the meanest serves we've seen of the day. A nice little finesse floater to lead into this timeout.
And the Royals have to call a timeout as you kind of get the sense that the #1 team in the nation getting on a bit of a run here.
Yeah, absolutely. You give Redeemer a lot of credit up until the 11-12 point mark. Really kind of held in this one. Went tick for tack, toe to toe with the #1 team in the nation. But now the Falcons showing why they have a big 0 on their record. So they're starting to pull away.
And if you're Redeemer, you really got to kind of think you're walking on eggshells here. At any time, Fanshawe could just run away with it. Well-timed timeout here at the OCAA Provincial Championships. And there's the social media. If you want to connect with the OCAA, follow all the game day updates, tournament information, all kinds of sports playoffs happening this time of year. Of course, basketball.
Yeah, so
playoffs
much
as well.
It's a very busy part of the Humber varsity schedule, and obviously OCAA and the social media is the best way to keep in touch with all the action
At the OCAA. On Instagram and the Twitter. Adam, you on the Twitter?
I am on the Twitter. I think Mr. Winklehorst out there is going to have a few Twitter followers after this tournament is concluded. He's kind of become a fan favorite for both his play and hair.
Winklehorst fan club Twitter followers growing by the minute. Zach Albert loses control of that serve.
First mistake he's made all night. Zach Albert definitely a leader statistically on the court for the Falcons, and he's showing it here.
Wolford with the running serve. Quick setup now. Fanshawe trying to catch the Royals off guard. Stofers is blocked. Set up here again for Stofers. And again, another great block by that front line.
Yeah, that's Fanshawe. Just really had Stofers' number there, coming up twice on the block and just unable to get it past them. Give a lot of credit for Fanshawe and their timing and positioning.
And that's just rock solid play from Fanshawe coming out of that timeout, not allowing any room for error. Blocking Stofers twice. That time Stofers partially blocked, but number 10 for the Royals gets the last laugh.
Third time is the charm for Braden Stofers as he found some Fanshawe forearms his last 2 hits, but able to put that one off the fingertips.
Score here is 16-14, just a 2-point deficit for the Royals. Not a bad position to be in, Adam Lucier.
Not bad at all.
Can't keep that one alive.
This is what Fanshawe does. Obviously not a huge cushion at the moment, but just enough where they can play their game and keep this rhythm going.
Lethbridge, 4th-year guy. He puts that right to the Royals. Good block again. That time it was Mitch McFadden getting up. And Lethbridge will continue with the serve here.
Yeah, it was Brady DeBoer going up for Redeemer, but once again, that side-by-side, shoulder-to-shoulder block, impenetrable from the Falcons.
That one is long.
Screamer of a serve. It would have been tough to get to anyways, but luckily for these Royals, it went long.
Second look here at that setup, and there is the block.
Seen this float serve quite a bit from the Royals.
It's the vintage Falcons right there. No bells and whistles, just a clean setup.
Yeah, that's the exact kind of play they have, is super efficient, like you said, nothing pretty, just getting it done, fundamentals. And you see McFadden do it to perfection there.
Set up here, Winklehorst. That might not have gone over the net. There's the four-touch call from the official.
And we mentioned Fanshawe's creativity. It might be time for the Royals to take a page out of that playbook.
Score here is 20-15, so Redeemer now falling behind by 5, Adam.
Yeah, they dug themselves quite the hole here, and it's really just been hitting into the blocks of Fanshawe. See it again there.
There's the block, Redeemer regrouping, going for the soft touch. Just can't get past those big guys, namely James Jackson.
Again, another two-touch violation going against Wilford there. That'll be another timeout charged to the Royals.
And you can hear that Fanshawe bench. They are pumped up, and another timeout called by the Redeemer Royals as they're down by 6. And boy, so tough at him. You really get the sense that just slips away from you. You go, you know, you hang in there with Fanshawe, but they can just run away with it.
Yeah, that's the thing. When you find yourself behind, you always look for the opposing team to make an error, kind of give you a window, give you an alleyway to get back in this game. But Fanshawe,
no windows.
Yeah, they're so tight defensively and offensively. Those boarded up doors, they got 2x4s over the windows, and it's tough for any opposing team to get back. There's nothing you could do. They don't give that opposing team much opportunity.
They really challenge you to be perfect. And here's a good look at some of those plays. Again, the power hitting of Fanshawe, the blocking up front, and just the creative plays, catching the Royals off guard. But definitely a good effort from the number 14 team in the country, Redeemer Royals.
Not a bad showing whatsoever. Redeemer's been strong all tournament long, and continuing that play. They're just running into a really, really elite lineup here in Fanshawe, but they're giving them everything they can handle.
Timeout broken. We'll see what the head coach for the Royals, Brad Dowse, what he drew up, because his team needs something now more than ever. There's a bit of a gift. We talk about no windows of opportunity. What can Redeemer do now? Down by 5, dangerously close to dropping this first set.
That service error is just a glimmer of light through that window, and it's time for Redeemer to try to bust it wide open.
That block for Redeemer is going to land out of bounds. So credit James Jackson with a great hit there.
Redeemer doing everything right there. Buyas and Medell both able to get up on the block, but just falls out of bounds. Strong play for Redeemer. Going to try to keep this going. Fanshawe just 3 points away from sealing the set.
See Humber's Andrew Blakey looking on in the stands there at who Humber would be playing should they advance past their semifinal game.
Look out.
Running into the bench. Redeemer keeps it alive. What's Fanshawe going to set up here with the free ball? Partial block. Buyas makes contact, and just a miscommunication there. We talk about no errors from Fanshawe. There's a couple in the last early going.
Yeah, rare to see there. Maybe just a little bit of miscommunication between Falcons. You see big old Buyas go up there and put it off the block. And
I thought you had it.
Yeah, exactly. A little eye contact, a shrug of the shoulders, and some uncharacteristic play coming from the Falcons.
Substitutions coming in for the Royals, and here's Ruben Medell. putting her in play.
A little bit of a knuckleball serve, sorry.
Quick setup there for Fanshawe, and the partial block is going to go astray. You get the sense this is going to be business as usual in this first set. Fanshawe can taste the victory here in this first set. Set up here. Buyas hits it deep. Absolute blast. We did have some contact with the net.
Yeah, that contact went unnoticed, at least by the umpires. You hear that Falcons bench get into it. Just 1 point away now.
James Jackson looking to put things away. Fanshawe has 24 points, but they're not going to get it there as that lands into the net.
Signs of life for the Royals. But Fanshawe has quite the window now as the score sits at 24-18.
Buyas with the serve. Redeemer hanging on, and that's it. Set number one is over. 25-18.
Yeah, that's business as usual for the Falcons. We mentioned they found themselves with a little bit of a lead there, didn't need too much, and they just casually strolled along to win the set 25-18.
Team switching sides, and pretty good first set. Again, we've seen this happen from even yesterday with the Condors. You know, they did a really good job against Fanshawe, hanging in there in the first set, and then once the number one team really gets going, hard to keep up with.
Yeah, you look over there at the Fanshawe bench in between sets, it doesn't look like anybody's breaking a sweat. They all seem pretty casual, talking it up, some handshakes, some chitter chatter. Don't seem too phased of the bright lights of this semifinal to see some of the great plays they've made over the course of that first set.
The beautiful shot there. Zach Albert flying through the air, and Fanshawe, the reigning provincial champions, they really do have it all. They've got athleticism, they have height, just high quality volleyball players. A great program there at Fanshawe College. Adam, the national championships of the year hosted in Red Deer. So really it's going to be two teams from this tournament. The gold medal winner and the silver will advance to the nationals. Fanshawe obviously hoping that's going to be them.
Yeah, it's been a while since the OCAA champion has won at nationals. I believe it was Nipissing some 6 or 7 years ago was the last to take home the crown after coming out of Ontario. So a couple of teams here, you mentioned gold and silver advance. And if it stays the way it is on paper, Fanshawe and Humber, those are two teams that could really compete at that level.
Well, here we are hosting the tournament at Humber College, and a lot of fans here, especially the varsity ops staff, they want to see that rematch. Fanshawe versus Humber. Humber's men's team able to pick up that one-set victory against Fanshawe, and hoping they can kind of learn what they have to do going forward to pick up potentially a win and get this provincial gold.
Yeah, and you mentioned players like Andrew Blakey kind of poking around the gym during this match, maybe keeping a close eye on this Fanshawe team, as they must assume if they move on from their semifinal tonight, it will be the Falcons. They'll meet for the gold, so maybe a little extra scouting before this night's done as both teams try to size up their next opponent.
Yeah, I see Eduardo having a bag of popcorn there. First-year player for Humber. Beside him is Rafael Hilario having a soft drink.
A little pre-game nutrition, I guess,
sure,
for the boys. Let's hope Coach Wilkins doesn't see him sitting over there, but they seem to be having a good time, and so are the rest of the fans inside the Hawks Nest for this great week of volleyball action.
We're ready for set number 2 here in the Hawks Nest, the OCAA Provincial Championship Tournament. Day 2, the first semifinal matchup.
Looks as though Buyas is going to start on the bench for Redeemer. A little bit surprising. He had a lot of success in set number 1.
Lethbridge gets the start. gonna get things going here. Set number 2. And Adam, we've seen it time and time again. Fanshawe in that second set really runs away with it. Can Redeemer hang in there? They're off to a good start on the service error.
Yeah, they'll take point number 1 any day of the week, but you said it there, Matt. It's really going to come down to who scores these first 5 points, who's able to get off to that quick start, and if the Royals, we're going to have to play a near flawless game to keep that lead.
It's so tough to get on a run against the Birds. And there they answer right back. James Jackson. Nice soft touch.
See there, just so technically sound. You see the decoy kill there, and in comes the big man to put it away right in front of Wolford.
Set up there for Buyas. And the scrambling Royals put that one out of bounds.
Yeah, Winklehorst doing everything in his power to lay out and get a hand on that one, but just pushes it wide.
Here's Cole Jordan. Into the net, another break there for Redeemer.
Not the strongest of serving early on for the Falcons. This is exactly what Redeemer needs to stay in this one.
Absolute rocket of a serve set up here for Jackson. And the block is not gonna work out.
You can see Jackson go up on that point there and attempt that cross-court hit. Now, obviously, it doesn't get through, but since it's cross-court, it goes off the block and goes well wide.
Buyas, quick shot, and Fanshawe cannot get there.
Water bottles going everywhere as they push Lethbridge back onto the court.
And that bench for Fanshawe appreciates the effort from Lethbridge, as you see here on the second look, diving out of frame. Laying it all on the line here. A trip to the gold medal game on the line. And by virtue of going to the gold medal game, a trip to Red Deer, Alberta for the Nationals. Heavy shot there is long. Fanshawe doesn't look like they're too worried, though. Redeemer's up by 1, but all smiles from the team from London.
Yeah, when you lose 2 sets all year, it's hard to really have a negative outlook on every single game they're in. They're going to keep playing their way and let the Royals make the mistakes.
And Fanshawe right where they want to be. They won the first set. Business as usual.
Fanshawe a little bit surprised there. That point was awarded to Redeemer. Or sorry, now that score has been changed. One umpire noticed a touch of the fingertips by Redeemer. So Fanshawe now pulls even.
These teams met on November 7th at Fanshawe. 3 straight set win for the Birds. And again, January 29th, Fanshawe visiting the Redeemer Royals. And again, the team in maroon unable to pick up a set.
That's just business as usual for the Falcons. You see a nice play there made by Winklehorst. See him storm up from the backcourt there to avoid the block. Nice play made. Winklehorst was player of the game last time out against La Cité.
Albert, soft touch. Teed up for Winklehorst, and he's really having a great tournament. Another good shot.
Yeah, absolutely. Met the block with force right into the arms of Liscombe, but you see it just trickle down there, and it finds the floor for a big Redeemer point.
Hair looks even better in slow-mo, Adam Lucia.
It always does.
Ooh, that time just out of the reach for number 8. Second look, as you see here.
Fanshawe just so technically strong at the net. Always know where to put each and every ball before they take to the air.
Whistle blown, point awarded to the Royals.
That was a quick whistle. Seen it from the get-go, did the referee. for Redeemer. They're just clinging on to this 2-point lead. Got to think Fanshawe is going to make a push shortly.
Albert tees up on that one. Wow, diving play. Winklehorst into the scores table.
Winklehorst giving the fans a show as he goes airborne over the score sheet.
Let's take a second look here. This all heart play here.
All hustle, all heart, all hair for William Winklehorst as he smiles rolling off of the scores table.
Teed up there, another point for Redeemer. They now have a 2-point lead.
This Fanshawe bench all of a sudden not so loud. The noise is coming from the Redeemer side. As you see this last point made once again.
Fanshawe scrambling now. See if the Royals can get on a run. Not really something you see too often against Fanshawe.
They look good in these last few points, but they will drop that one to the Falcons. But we've seen a little bit of scrambling that time from Fanshawe. Not something we see too often from number one. Just out of the reach of the libero, but able to get to it.
Lethbridge started the set with the serve. Here he is again. Should be an easy tee up here for the Royals. Woof.
Whoa!
Wow, what a play.
Wow.
Gonna have to see another look at that, but that was the heaviest hit, and look at the bench of the Royals. They're juiced up.
That went from the forehead to the roof of the gym.
The whole gym's going crazy right now.
Half a second. That might be play of the tournament so far. Blew the roof off of the place. That's what you call using your head from James Jackson.
Quite the ricochet off the dome. Oh boy.
Jeez, cleaning out the rafters with that one.
And there's a point right back to Redeemer. So can they ride that momentum here? They're hanging on, they're still up by 2, really comfortable right now, but how long will that last? Can they take advantage? Stouffer's with the serve, gonna try to keep that juice going. Albert, soft touch. Set up for Buyas. There's the block. Stouffer's cross-court shot. Does that find the line? No, they're gonna rule. Point for Fanshawe.
Yeah, a little confusion from the coach. He's not too happy with it. Brad Dews thinks that was in. Let's see if we get a look here. Ooh, that sure looks as though that ball was in. Tough break for the Royals there.
And that call will be corrected.
And that's a great show of sportsmanship there. You see number 7, Sebastian Lethbridge, go over, have a talk with the referee. I think he owned up to it. And yeah, so after all that, great sportsmanship wins out as Lethbridge gives the point to Redeemer.
And right back. Quick point for Fanshawe. Sportsmanship meets gamesmanship. Let's take another look here. Boom.
Fanshawe doing what Fanshawe does best. Redeemer not known as a blocking team, but they're doing a commendable job.
And with Stouffer's hitting that one into the net, all of a sudden we're tied up, just about tied up. That 2-point lead vanished. Redeemer still hanging on here.
These next few points about as important as they come for Redeemer.
That one hits the ground, service ace for Fanshawe.
I haven't seen too many aces this game, but there's one there. Seen it clip the net, and Winklehorst just trying to get in there, but just a half second too late.
Service error. And this Royals team really flying around the court. Fanshawe really making them work hard. And we'll see if this one goes into one of those longer sets, although Redeemer's going to have to find a way to maintain control here. They've been up for pretty much the whole second set.
And I believe that was just a Fanshawe ball handling error. Another rare sight, and for the Royals, that's exactly what you're looking for. I mean, they're coming out strong, getting some breaks going their way. As long as they maintain this strong play, you see the miscue there. This may just be their set.
So far, they've played 7 sets against Fanshawe this year and haven't won a single affair. Here's James Jackson. Whistle blown, and that is a net violation.
Redeemer with a lot of energy on their side. A little too much there as they nick the net on the way up. James Jackson and his 5 kills gonna get things going.
Teed up there. Awkward play, but Royals do get it over. And then Fanshawe, nobody home on defense for the Royals.
Yeah, Redeemer had to scramble a bit there. Buyas with those long 6'9" frame arms had to scoop it over the net and easily returned by Fanshawe.
All tied up here at 13. Jackson finds that back line service ace, and now just like that, looks like the Birds are back in control here.
Yeah, that serve split Skilstra and Winklehorst on the back line there. Look for Jackson to possibly attack that same spot.
Set up here for Stofers, and that block goes a foul. Let's take another look at that James Jackson serve. Royals electing not to play it, but just paints that back line.
Yeah, that was in by a good foot or two. Probably not a great out call by the way of the Royals, but they're gonna have to shake that one off.
Block attempt by Redeemer comes up snake eyes. Good kill there for Liscombe.
Good timing, good positioning on the block, doing everything right, but you just see that ball die and roll down the chest.
Wow, what a shot from Albert.
He's been serving up cannons all game long.
Free play here, no mistake. Well, actually a mistake. That point is gonna go to the Royals.
And after taking that kill blowing by him, I'm sure the Royals will take that point with a grin and a smile.
Wolfert lobs it in. Set up here. Wow, good job by Stofers, just getting up there and getting enough on that block to send it right down.
Looks like Stofers is in the air for a good couple seconds here. You see him get up
Mississippi,
there.
2 Mississippi.
That sure helps in slow motion. We see a flick of the wrist, and that ball drops in for a big Redeemer point.
Block attempt, not gonna work out. What's gonna happen here? Ooh. Rough, tough play at the net and a double touch charge to Redeemer. That was a dangerous play as that was just teed up. You were half expecting one of those Fanshawe frontline guys to just hit that down.
Playing with fire when you're working that close to the net against the Fanshawe Falcons. Obviously a tough first touch there for the Royals, but can't be bringing it into those tricky 50-50 ball areas.
Taylor Jordan with the serve. Royals now set up Stofers, but that rolls out of bounds.
Had the right idea with that cross-court shot. He did have the opening, but that'll roll right down the net for a Fanshawe point.
Fanshawe now back in control. They have a 1-point lead, but this set much, much closer. You remember in the first set, we already had a few timeouts called at this point.
Stofers puts it off the peg on the net. And Redeemer's gonna have to take the timeout.
Right on command, there's that timeout called as Stofers hits it out of bounds on the previous play, and that time hits the foul pole. So Things kind of slipping away from Redeemer College right now.
Yeah, it's a game of inches, maybe 3 or 4 inches to the right. That could have been a Redeemer point, but as it stands now, still a 2-point lead for these Falcons, and we've seen time and time again what they're able to do with the lead.
There's Brad Dowse talking to his squad, just trying to reassure them. But they knew coming into this game they had a formidable opponent.
And there is that opponent coached by Patrick Johnson in his 6th year with the program. Doing a phenomenal job, obviously, of the reigning, defending OCAA gold medalist.
Patrick Johnson got to feel good, and his squad looks confident, although we have seen that bench here in the second set for Fanshawe. A bit quieted down, not a whole lot to cheer about. Really neck and neck here in the second set, and this would be huge. Redeemer, maybe you could say this is a must-win set right here.
Absolutely, yeah. If they let this one get away with them, obviously Fanshawe has only given up 2 sets this entire season, so trying to run off 3 straight, good luck.
Teed up now for Horst. Quick play there from Stofers. Halper with a heads-up play, diving in. You want to talk about a guy that can pause in midair. It's that guy right there, number 13.
Yeah, such great court vision from Albert there. You see him rise to his feet, see some blockers coming his way, and just able to float it over. Seen that great wall of Redeemer, all 3 front court members unable to get a hand on it.
Good point there for Redeemer. Stofers able to beat the blocking of Fanshawe.
Stofers has had a really rough time getting anything going against this Fanshawe front court, but that point there could be a sign of things to come. They're going to need him to really heat up if they're trying to climb back in this game.
Redeemer still down 2.
Still within striking distance.
Into the net, and now this could spell trouble. Fanshawe just 5 points away from taking set number 2.
That's a big error there from Winklehorst, not the result he wanted. At 2017, it's going to need quite the run from the Royals.
Stofers, powerful hit, and Fanshawe not able to keep that one alive.
Zach Albert kind of scrambling, a little wild with that final touch. As you've seen Stofers put it over with force, the elevation he's able to generate.
Just the torque he generates with his body. Great look there in slow-mo. DeBoer floats it in. Good setup here for Jackson. Oof. Right into the face of the man who served it, Brady DeBoer.
Yeah, Brady DeBoer could have lost some fingers on that kill there. You've seen it come right at the chest. Not a whole lot he could do.
Hey now. Well, Jackson's the one that took the shot off the face that had the whole crowd on their feet. So maybe a little bit of bad blood, number 6 for Fanshawe.
Time for redemption against this Redeemer team. Another net violation charge to the Fanshawe Falcons. Not the first time we've seen that today. Gonna need to be a little bit more aware of their surroundings when they take off for those blocks.
Redeemer gonna have to tighten up here. There's a service ace. Couldn't have come at a better time. We mentioned some problems there for Stofers up front, although he was able to open some things up recently, but that time getting it done with the serve.
This is exactly why Stofers is such a leader for this team. Statistically not had his strongest of nights, but still able to contribute in crunch time.
Great play there by Buyas. Set up here for Jackson, and that is a big point.
No one better in the province after point number 20 than the Fanshawe Falcons. Really know how to close things out. Seen that tip serve there and just able to get it back over. And Fanshawe are so calm and cool when it comes to crunch time, and they're going to try to close this one out quickly.
Fanshawe only up by 2 here, but they're really close. This one served right up. Yep, we've seen that time and time again, and Fanshawe is going to convert on that just about every time.
Yeah, if you're going to give up a floater anywhere on the floor, try to keep it away from Zach Albert, not the guy you want to give that opportunity to. And he says, take that, sticks it right back into the Royals team.
There's that Redeemer huddle, and it's do or die time, because if they drop this set, Adam Lucier, if you're a betting man, you're probably not going to say that the Royals are going to storm back and win 3 straight sets after not picking up one all year.
Yeah, the cards are stacked against them as is, losing set number 1. But as you mentioned, Matt, if they drop 2, they might as well be good as gone, because Fanshawe is so good with that lead, especially when they're leading 2-0 in sets. Not too much stress on the faces of those Falcons. Seen a couple dance moves being broken out.
Couple of handshakes, and they're ready to go.
Easy to stay in a good mood when you're 20-0.
It's a good time to be a Falcon. They're in good position here, trying to punch their ticket to the gold medal game tomorrow night. 5 p.m. right here in the Hawks' Nest. Of course, that'll be live right here on the Hawks Sports Network.
Free ball now for the Falcons.
Jackson goes up with it, and Redeemer with a big point, and that bench is fired up, and so is their cheering section.
6'8" Jackson going against the 5'8" Ruben Medell, and guess who came out better of that one? It's Medell. He comes up with a massive block for the Royals.
Big serve there, set up for Jackson, kept alive.
Medell again, great play.
Winklehorst finds the back line, just a magical shot. And this coming right down to the wire, 23-22 in favor of Fanshawe, but Redeemer with all the momentum right now.
Yeah, the gym went awfully quiet off that ball from Winklehorst. You've seen the Falcons all flat-footed, just staring at each other.
And the Falcons bench coming alive. There's a big point. Fanshawe now within 1, and James Jackson has the serve.
This is exactly what Fanshawe does. Redeemer gets a few points, gets himself back into the set, but Falcons so good at closing the show.
Jackson with 16 service aces on the season. Winklehorst, great job by Fanshawe to keep it in play here. That shot hit long, and the point is awarded to the Royals. Fanshawe can't believe it.
Again, another correction. So the Falcons win that set on a call reversal.
Final score of set number 2, 25-22. And now the Birds are up by a double.
Yeah, double wins
jeopardy
for the Birds. That's it. Seen a strange way to end that set off the deflection, but see some plays here from the set that just unfolded. Winklehorst had some nice kills getting it done, but Falcons once again just too much to handle.
Really hanging in there, had some great play, back and forth, even were able to control a bit of set number 2. But they're gonna have to really pull a rabbit out of the hat here in set number 3, or they're gonna see this game go the way the previous matches have. 3 straight set loss.
Yeah, they're gonna have to win as many sets against Fanshawe tonight as the entire province has done all season long. So definitely a steep hill ahead for Redeemer, but like you said, great set put up by them, competitive to the very end. Even maintain that lead for a little bit there in the middle.
Royals have the whole province on their side, though. I'm sure
Yeah,
everyone would love to see somebody dethrone the Fanshawe Falcons, but it is just a tall order.
Yeah, you think even coming into this tournament, you take a look at the rosters, you take a look at the standings, and we all knew coming into it the Falcons were going to be the team to beat. And they've really just proved that in spades here, so it's going to take a great team with a great effort to dethrone the reigning gold medal champions.
You know, there's a saying in volleyball, Adam. It goes, any given Sunday, you never know what's going to happen.
Does that include Friday evenings?
I believe it is encompassed in the figure of speech.
Yeah.
Fine print. But right now, you know, you thought maybe Redeemer would be able to pull off the upset. They're number 14 in the country, taking on number 1, but that second set, really the brightest spot we've seen for this Redeemer team against Fanshawe all season. But still, coming up empty.
Yeah, and that second set is definitely something to build off of. You know, you had some strong play, able to run off a few points against these Falcons, but again, even if you're able to come away with set number 3, it takes 2 more nearly perfect sets, but on your part to really come away victorious.
Teams breaking their huddle. Fanshawe ready to go and wrap this up. They're used to that gold medal game.
Nothing new for them. We talked a little bit about jitters pregame and being on the big stage of this semifinal and the medal games tomorrow. And these are 2 teams that likely wouldn't be phased by it. Obviously, Fanshawe, the gold medal winners from last year, but Redeemer taking home the bronze. 2 of the finest men's volleyball programs in all of the province.
The last Ontario team to win the province and go on to win the Nationals, like you said, Adam, was Nipissing, the Lakers, back in the 2013 season. And the year before that, Humber won the province and went on to win the national title. A couple strong teams from Ontario. And right away, the undefeated Falcons are going to jump out to a 1-point lead.
Mitch McFadden right off the hop, getting things going, elevating and getting it down in front of a few diving Royals.
Great rotation. Ooh, that one getting away from the hands of number 8.
Yeah, Winklehorst there with a miscue, apologizing to his teammates, able to smile it off. He'll get another opportunity.
Jordan. Again, Winklehorst having a tough time.
The velocity of these serves, I can't blame him.
Here's a second look. It's Cole Jordan with 19 service aces on the season. And there's Buyas with a quick hit for Redeemer.
Bit of a sloppy start with those 2 rough first touches for Winklehorst, but leave it to the big man Buyas to kind of steady the ship. Redeemer finds themselves on the board.
Teed up now for Albert. And that is another one of those no-brainers. Oh, that time Buyas in great position. And James Jackson finishing off the play. 3-point lead for Fanshawe early on here.
This is not what the Royals wanted. We talked time and time again about those early leads for the Falcons, and they find themselves in a comfortable one right off the get-go. James Jackson was able to turn on that one and put it down for the 4th point.
Awkward play at the net as Buyas can't get a hand on it.
The chants from that Falcons bench getting louder and more consistent. Like they're starting to smell the victory here.
Buyas is teed up, handed nicely by Fanshawe. And another point for the Birds.
Stouffer's not too pleased with himself as that ball came directly at him. You see that cross-court shot just whizzes by the elbow.
6-1 here. Good run of serves from McFadden. Heavy shot from Stofers. Lands off the tip of a block, so that's going to be a point for the Royals.
Yeah, you seen McFadden there shaking it off. I didn't touch it, but doesn't matter what McFadden says. It all depends on that line judge, and she saw a deflection there.
Just a nice soft touch. This time teed up for Winklehorst and can't put it in play.
Yeah, that was a wide block coming up from the Falcons, and Winklehorst had to adjust accordingly, trying to go down the line, but just missed wide.
Here's a guy, looks like he was born to play volleyball. James Jackson at 6'9". Heavy serve. That one just grazing the ceiling, but still in play. And awkward contact there at the net, and that flies out of bounds. Sounded like it maybe rolled off one of his fingers or something.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Usually you hear the pop of that volleyball against the palm, but it sounded like that one might have got the pinky nail as it went out with a whimper.
Quick, yeah, that time just hangs on the net, but kept alive. Set up for Jackson. Right through the hands of the Royals.
That tipped off a couple of Royals. No one able to get a handle on that one. Is that right there? Power wins all. Jackson's proved it.
Albert, this guy's got a lot of heat in these serves. Oof.
Wow.
Actually weaves its way through the basketball net and stays in play, but Royals unable to converge on it.
Yeah, that one hitting about 8 feet up off the wall, and after yet another momentum swing, the Royals are gonna have to sit down and talk it over.
Yeah, timeout called. Now they're down by 6, and you gotta wonder if they get the sense this game has slipped away from them. Yeah, second look here as this ball just has a good chit-chat up in the rafters with the championship banners.
Yeah, I was going to say, count the hang time on that one.
I think there's a badminton birdie up there, too, that might want to shake loose.
Since the 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a big tournament for the Rafters. They've been involved early and often in all of these contests, as you've seen some high-flying action from the teams here inside the North Campus gym. What a game we've had here tonight, but still not the marquee matchup as that big Humber game against Niagara is coming up in about an hour's time.
The host team taking on the Knights, and the Knights were involved in just arguably pretty easy argument. The best game of the day yesterday, a 5-set thriller against the Georgian Grizzlies, and anybody who had the pleasure of seeing that game knows that the Knights are going to come in feeling pretty good, taking on the number 5 nationally ranked Humber Hawks.
Yeah, and that's a scary team for the Hawks to play. As you mentioned, coming off that type of victory, feeling pretty good about yourself. So these Niagara Knights are coming in with a lot of mojo on their side.
It looked like the Knights were down and out in that matchup against the Grizzlies, but they fought back, and that's got to be good, because no matter what happens in that game with Humber, what kind of bad start they might get off to, they know, hey, we fought back yesterday. We can do the same thing today.
Yeah, similar to what the Royals are doing tonight. They probably assured themselves they're going to find themselves behind going against the best team in the country, but for them now, it's trying to escape those leads. Unable to do so early on in set number 3.
Beautiful shot there on that replay look. Fanshawe, another point, just teeing them up right now. Royals coming out of that timeout, not really getting the response they were probably hoping for. Free ball, James Jackson, smell you later.
Yeah, that was a little too easy for the Falcons there, as didn't even see a block come up from the Royals side.
Lethbridge coming up big. And we'll take a replay as we get a towel to wipe some sweat off the floor.
Yeah, these gentlemen working hard. You've seen the libero go down there on that play. Another show of nice
work.
Sportsmanship make your mess and clean it up too. Nice work from Skillstra.
No word yet if that towel is going to be auctioned off after the game, but
I'll put down a $5 on it. Start the bidding.
put up for Stofers. That's what he does best. That time had an opening in the front line and really just dialed up on that one.
Yeah, haven't really seen too much of that from Stofers today. Obviously, he did that a ton with 13 kills against La Cité yesterday, but maybe a little too late for him to take over this ball game.
Ooh, awkward play as that gets sandwiched in between two Fanshawe Falcons.
Yeah, that's a tough one with this much of a cushion in the game. Not too much cause for concern, but obviously they're going to try to tighten things up.
Hung up on the net. Teed up there for Jordan. Stofers heads up play just to touch it over the net. Set up for Jackson, kept alive here. Bit of a rally. Stofers is blocked, and that ball is going to head into the bench of the Royals.
Yeah, Stofers had the right idea on that initial contact with that floater, but here he attempts that power move again and just can't get it past that block. Really been the story of this game, as the front court has been won handily by the Falcons.
Lethbridge drops it in. Big block there. Looks like Jackson and McFadden in there.
And after two tightly contested sets, set number 3, so far it's just been a blowout. That efficient gameplay of the Falcons, little to no errors, and for the Royals, it's going to take quite the miracle to find a ladder and get out of this hole.
Stofers trying to find that back court, and he'll pick up the point there. Great play from the big fella, and he's trying to get his bench into the game here.
Gundrum here kind of threw out the right hook, trying to punch that ball back into play, but just an awkward touch.
No bueno. Jackson trying to catch the Royals off guard, but there is a net violation called against the Royals.
Stofers' right hand touched the ball, and I believe the left hand went into the net. That won't get past the referee.
Cole Jordan. That time again, Winklehorst having some trouble there in the backcourt handling these serves in set number 3.
Yeah, when he's been in the center of the backcourt, we've seen a few times today, I think that's 3, those miscues on touch number 1. See him drift back a little bit in the formation here.
Mano el mano up at the net. That's going to go in favor of the Royals. Just hung right there. 2 players going up for it.
Both hands met in unison on that volleyball right up at the top of the net there, but coming away is Medell.
Albert gets all of that one, and again, just too hot to handle for Redeemer. And you see Fanshawe really running away now. They're up by 8.
See here, this is the 13th kill for number 13, Albert, who's been the star of the show the whole way through this contest.
There's Stofers. Nice hit.
Great hit by Stofers, but doesn't do much to pull themselves back closer to the Falcons. 8 points is the current spread.
Jackson. That's what he does best.
Too easy for Jackson. You see him here find that little seam inside the front court and the back court, right down Main Street, and no one there to receive.
Pretty tough assignment there for Winklehorst to have to block Jackson all by himself. Dump deep. Good point there for Royals.
Over and 2 from Jason Wildeboer, and maybe caught the Falcons just a little bit off guard there. Flat-footed in the backcourt. Maybe something to take advantage of as set number 3 winds down.
Buyas going to get the ball in play, and Fanshawe quickly going to tee that up. It's Cole Jordan, and now Fanshawe with their 19th point. They can smell the gold medal game at this point.
Typical Fanshawe. They receive the serve, 1, 2, 3 touches, and a point scored.
Just a beautiful look there as Jordan flying through the air.
Brady DeBoer getting rewarded for getting up there as he gets credited with the kill.
Jason Wildeboer, ball in hand. His team, in fact, needs a miracle, and that's going to help the cause, the service ace.
And this would be a great time for a little bit of a service run. You've seen Wildeboer, a little bit of a curveball. You've seen that.
You can see all the English on that one. Oh, boy.
The old 12-6 curve.
Again, just scraping the net, finding that dead zone.
Wildeboer, when he seen that Falcon rise to his feet, just took one step back with that right foot, and that cost him the precious inches. You've seen him dive out for the pancake block. Again, another strong serve off the net, and just a little bit of hesitation on his part. That leads the ball dropping right down in front of him.
Great awareness from Lethbridge to just find that soft spot. Fanshawe recovering. Jackson. Strong hit, too far out of reach. And Redeemer, this game looking like it's out of reach.
Jackson, like clockwork, it's kind of been deja vu for him time and time again. Not even too close to the net. Kind of in the mid-court, but still able to use his power to push it through.
Winklehorst. Good play there. And now he'll have the serve.
Hey, put it right off the shoulder of Taylor Jordan there. Hard-struck ball from Winklehorst. See a stat line there. 4 digs, 5 kills. He's been involved as usual.
8-point deficit. Number 8 gets the ball in play. Hit deep. Should see a nice tee up for Fanshawe. Again, Lethbridge. Over to Jordan, and the block is there to shut things down.
And that's a big momentum swing. Obviously, the Royals still find themselves down, but to come away from that long of a rally with a big block coming off the hands of DeBoer, that might be the little spark they needed to tighten the gap.
Jackson dialed up the mustard on that one. There's just way too much on that for Redeemer to have any chance of returning it. Woof.
Yeah, rack up the 11th kill there for Jackson as he powered that one into the bump of Winklehorst, unable to get a good hold of it.
Lethbridge just kind of tapping it over on the serve. Free ball here for Redeemer. What are they going to do with it? And we have a violation here, and the point will go to the Royals.
Yeah, you've seen a little bit of a wiggle from the net there after that whistle, and the guilty party were the Falcons. So Redeemer obviously way back in the rearview mirror right now, but still in this contest.
Off balance play for Fanshawe, and they cannot handle that kill from Ruben Mendel. There's the Redeemer cheering section. They like that one, but their team's in a tough spot right now, down by 6. Fanshawe 3 points away from taking this match. And at that point, the Redeemer will just have the bronze medal game to look forward to.
The reigning bronze medalist looking to defend that title is this last point here, put away off the block.
Long serve from Fanshawe. They just need 2 more now, but Redeemer's going to have the serve.
Yeah, Fanshaw's kind of let Redeemer get back into this one a little bit. Obviously, still that 6-point cushion, but this set hasn't been as close as the scoreboard says.
Teed up here for Stofers to Jackson. Wow, able to keep it alive. Medell. Great rally here, good fight from Redeemer. They're not looking to give up these last points, but just a big blast from Cole Jordan will not be denied.
Able to recover from 1, able to recover from 2, but that third smash goes straight back at Winklehorse. Seen time and time again, he struggled with the first touch, made an athletic play there, but this kill here just too much to handle.
Sam Otten, and he's the guy that they want with the ball. He can serve.
Leads the team in aces, but he won't close the show.
Ball's hit long, point for Redeemer. A great effort here in the final stages of set number 3. And
Sam Otten, fresh off of that serve, unable to get to that one.
that serve is long. Fanshawe ready to go to that gold medal game. They take the court. Final score here, 25-18. 3 straight sets win for the Birds.
Business as usual for these Fanshawe Falcons. Redeemer put up quite the fight, but the #1 team in the country proving why they're just that with a pretty convincing sweep here tonight.
And we'll have a player of the game interview with Danielle Dupuis over on the sideline just in a moment, so make sure to stay tuned. Adam, who do you like player of the game for Fanshawe?
If I had to take a pick, it would be James Jackson. It just seemed time and time again he was the offensive catalyst for this team, and those 11 kills that he stacked up during tonight's contest should be enough to give him the nod.
And for Redeemer, who do you like for the POG?
I mean, my heart says Winklehorse. Obviously, he's been a fan favorite this entire tournament, but what about Buyas? He's had quite the game. I mean, when they called upon him the most, he's been the big man that was really able to get some things going against this very tough Falcons front court. A lot of players to choose from, but we'll find out shortly.
We'll have that announcement. So many great plays from this game, and just a good fight from the number 14 nationally ranked Redeemer Royals, but the #1 spot held by Fanshawe. It's not a fluke. These guys are the real deal. You see them there lined up, and we'll have the announcement for POG coming up right now.
For Fanshawe.
These Player of the Game awards will be presented by OCAA Men's Volleyball convener Dave Mantell. First, your Player of the Game from the Redeemer Royals, #10, Braden Stofers. Congratulations, Braden. And now, your Player of the Game from the Fanshawe Falcons, #14, Mitch McFadden. Congratulations, Mitch. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. We've got one more game tonight at 8. Make sure you join us, where the Humber Hawks will take on the Niagara Knights. Make sure you join us for more OCAA volleyball action.
Backpack if he has anything to do with it.
Now we have semifinal #2. The Humber Hawks taking on the Niagara Knights, and that start time is slated for 8 o'clock right here on the Hawk Sports Network. So looking forward to that matchup, Adam. Humber Hawks had a big win against Mohawk, 3 straight sets win. they looked good. We did see Cayman Wilkins go down with a bit of an ankle injury, so not sure what we're going to get from number 0. Is he healthy? Is he going to be at 100%?
Yeah, you better hope number 0 is at 100% if you're the Humber Hawks, one of the most versatile guys in the entire lineup. They count on him in so many ways. And coming into this tournament, a lot of us expected that Fanshawe Humber final, and so far it's that fairy tale story has been written. All that's up to now is Humber to win that semifinal coming up in just about 40 minutes time to see that dream gold medal matchup come to fruition.
And for the Niagara Knights, they gotta like their chances. They played a strong ball game yesterday against the Georgian Grizzlies, a team in Georgian ranked number 11 in the country. And when you talk about national rankings, you can't really sleep on Niagara. Now, they don't crack the top 15, which is really all that they keep track of, but really good team, and can't wait for that game. But right now, looks like Danielle Dupuis has got the player of the game on the sideline. Let's hear it.
Hello and welcome back to The Side. My name's Danielle Dupuis, and I'm here with the player of the game, Mitch. Now, we understand that you already have a spot at Nationals, and now going into it, what are your thoughts?
Definitely very excited. This opportunity is amazing for us. I hope that we can go there and show what we're made of.
And then going into the gold medal match tomorrow, is there anything you can improve on from today's game?
I think more than anything, just keep our energy and play the way we play as a team. That's about it, I think.
Nothing else you want to add to that? No. Well, thank you very much, Mitch, and good luck tomorrow. And back to you guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Danielle. And yeah, not a lot to improve on if you're Fanshawe. That was a pretty strong ball game, and they're been playing those all season long. Going to be a tough bell to ring for whoever has to play Fanshawe, and we'll see who that will be in the next game. So we're signing off for now. For my partner, Adam Lucier, and myself, Matt Hamill, we'll see you at 8 o'clock